Welcome back. Now, we have got in presence with us a very special guest. She is very young, 24, all the way from up north. Where exactly? And her name is Sadia. Sadia is a fashion design graduate from Nottingham and the founder of Hoodjabi. Now, Hoodjabi was established in 2023 and was born from Sadia's personal struggle to find modest yet unique clothing. Her brand seamlessly blends into contemporary streetwear with modesty, empowering individuals to express their style whilst honouring their values.
Driven by an entrepreneurial spirit, Sadia aims to break stereotypes and show that modest fashion can be both innovative and liberating. Now, Hoodjabi celebrates the diversity and strength of women, providing that modesty can be stylish, can be empowering, and we can go out and do sports and look like we own it.
Own it, yes.
Own it. So without further ado, let's welcome our amazing guest. Salaam alaikum, Sadia.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah.
I was going to say thank you so much for being here. And we absolutely love the designs that you've brought here for us. And I definitely think it's very unique. It's nothing I've seen before. But before we start and go into how amazing these designs are and tell us about the unique sort of things about it, tell us a little bit more about Hoodjabi. How did it come about? It's still quite new. And tell us a little bit about your journey of how you started.
So I've always been interested in fashion from a very young age. So I kind of I watched my mom and grandma stitch clothes whilst I was growing up, and I just kind of wanted to always get involved. And I just loved seeing the process of a garment from initial designs to the final product. So I studied fashion design, graduated, and then recently I had this idea of starting Hoodjabi. So it stemmed from my personal struggle of trying to find modest clothing that was stylish, unique, but didn't compromise on my values. And then I've created Hoodjabi, so combining streetwear style with modest fashion.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, they certainly do fit in, tick all the boxes that you've just mentioned. But you know what I'm completely loving? I'm totally loving the name, Hoodjabi, because it's got a little bit of a street to it. But at the same time, because it's got the hijab element to it, you can resonate with the fact that it's going to be modest. Where did that name come from? And what's your inspiration behind it?
So obviously I wanted to combine like street style with modesty. So the hood represents the streetwear style, and then hijabi represents the modesty, and then kind of just combining both worlds together to create the Hoodjabi.
Alhamdulillah.
Do you know why it's so brilliant, right? So when I play sports, I don't like the sports hijabs. I think it just makes me look like an egg. I don't like it. And I always wear a hoodie. And so when you were telling me about this brand yesterday, I was like, this is perfect. They've actually come up with, and it's not just me wearing a hoodie that I've bought from a sports shop. You've actually created it specifically to be a hijab, and it just happens to be a hoodie. So it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you can see the mannequins. They've got all the different styles and quite intricate details in each one. But you know, you mentioned that your mum and grandma used to stitch. Recollection, you know, if you go back in time, what was the first piece of clothing that you stitched? And
the first one that
how old were you?
Oh, it's a long time ago. So I know when I was younger, I used to just like cut out like fabrics and just random bits and bobs left over, and then just sew outfits for my dolls.
Yeah.
So that's what I used to do when I was younger. So that's why I've always been interested in fashion. And then I think it was like I studied fashion like for GCSE, for A-level, and then going on to uni. So I really don't remember the actual garment I stitched.
Don't worry. Let's just say it was for one of the dolls.
It's for one of the dolls,
sure. I guess.
Going into your sort of career, I mean, your student career, let's say your academics, when you were in fashion school, was it different? I'm not going to say difficult. Was it different for you being a Muslim, and obviously, I guess who you're catering to, and who you are, it might be very different to other fashion students, or what the expectations might be from fashion school. Well, did you find anything like that?
Yes, I did. I felt like because I was the only Muslim hijabi woman there, I found it really like everyone's kind of like, you know, my designs were different and like more modest as well, because that's one thing I would never compromise on.
Amazing.
So obviously my designs were really different. I just felt left out in a way, and I felt like I didn't belong here. So yeah, it was, I got there.
And has that narrative of feeling like you don't belong, since you graduated and since you've started up your own line, has that changed for you? What kind of challenges have you faced in terms of overcoming this barrier of being a Muslim, having a hijab, when it comes to the world of fashion? Just tell us a little bit more.
So I think it's just recently changed when I started this brand. I feel like I own this now, so I can kind of bring a change to society in a way. But before this, I did still feel like, you know, working for other fashion designers, I didn't fit in. I didn't feel like I was wanted. I always felt like I was different, and it was just a horrible feeling. But ever since I've started this brand, I know, like, even though there have been challenges, I know to stay like true to my vision.
Love that.
So that's what's keeping me going.
That's amazing.
That really
and that's
is
something
amazing.
that we should all take away from you, actually, because at such a young age, you've started a fashion brand, and you've really availed the obstacles to channel them into a positive outcome. And this is what a lot of the sisters should be doing, you know, because everybody's got so many hidden talents, mashallah. We just don't tap into them.
And looking at your designs, I mean, it's going to look cool on anybody,
Yeah.
whether you're a hijabi or not, whether you're Muslim or not. I can see, because it's got a real element of high fashion in it as well. Especially this green one, it's caught my eye. This green one, it's got all the right elements to make you feel cool, and look cool as well.
And look young.
Look young. That's probably what it is. Tell us a little bit more about these designs and where the idea came from and where the inspiration came from, and what's unique about them as well.
Okay, so at the time when I was designing this cargo abaya, so obviously the name, so it's inspired by cargos. I really loved, you know, cargo pants, but they weren't modest. And I thought to myself, I've never seen a dress, and I thought, abaya, that's what we need. So I created this. So it's got like the ties over here, so you can tighten it if you want, just to give you, you know, if you want it a bit tightened. Yeah. So, but I've still kept it like, you know, modest and baggy. But then also given the, you know, option for anyone who doesn't wear a hijab and wants to wear it a bit like, you know, tight. So yeah, that one came from.
I can actually see like celebrities in this one.
Yeah.
You know, I've got this image like of like a celebrity being packed in this one because it just looks so cool, right? Yeah, tell us about the other one. Sorry.
So this grey tape one was more like street style. So I mean, they're all kind of street style, but this one I thought, you know, I loved the stripes that you get on like these sportswear. So I thought it can be more of like a gym abaya, and I've had like a lot of customers telling me, you know, I wear it on top of my gym outfit, I can go on the treadmill with it, and it just feels comfortable.
It's such, I'm feeling the material, it's such good, like sort of, not quite stretchy, but what is the material?
So it's a cotton blend.
Oh,
So
perfect.
it's quite breathable, perfect for sportswear. Yeah.
Good.
And in the break, I was saying how I went on a hike recently, and the sisters were wearing like a full-on abaya, and it's quite heavy, quite hot. But this, I think these would be perfect.
And let's talk about the raincoat, the raincoat / abaya. Waterproof? Water resistant?
Yeah, so this black one is waterproof. I've got a grey one and brown one, which is water resistant.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, they've been doing so well, it's almost sold out.
I can imagine, because, you know, as a hijabi, as somebody who wants to protect herself in the rain, I think there was a gap in the market where there was not enough of these length available, and the fact that it would accommodate what I'm wearing underneath, especially when it comes to like modest attire, is really cool. So water resistant and waterproof, incredible. Love it, mashallah, well done. Now, obviously, as Ruqayya was saying, she can see celebrities wearing them, and inshallah that will be the true you know, outcome of this in the near future. But what has the response been like? And I know you said these are sold out, but has that been predominantly the Muslim community, or has it been quite widespread? What are your followers like?
The Muslim community have shown me massive support, and I wasn't expecting this at all. But the response has just been positive.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
And it goes to show that you really are tapping into a market that is mostly untouched, because we have seen a rise in modest wear, and we have seen some of the bigger sort of department stores take it on, because, you know, there's an economy in that. But you're catering to people who are, you know, active, who want to look good, who don't want to compromise, and sometimes other buyers don't do the job. So I can see why there's been a massive sort of positive impact. Has anyone shared with you some of the stories about how much of a difference these buys have made for them?
Yes, I've actually had one customer who purchased the whole collection just because she loved them all, and she's like, you know, into sports, and she was like, this brand is perfect for her. And
Brilliant.
yeah, so I've received a lot of good feedback, and it's
Alhamdulillah,
really overwhelming, but
that's
alhamdulillah.
fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, okay, let's, you know, talking on the hijab, you know, I'm sure there's lots of sisters watching who are thinking, oh my God, I want to get my hand on these hijabs, and, you know, the whole range of them. You want to check them out, because this is just a few. There's obviously so many more that Sadia has designed and created. how can we follow you? Where can we order them from?
So my Instagram is Hoodjabi Official UK, and the website is www.hoodjabi.co.uk. And if you'd like to receive a discount, please DM me on Instagram and just say you saw me on Salaam Britain.
I might have to be.
I'm going to have to DM you as well.
We talked a little bit about the style and the brand, right? So you've only started in December. It's now August, so it's been, what, 7 months?
Yeah.
Tell us what's been the highlight, and then tell us what's been the challenge. So let's start with highlights. So it's always good to hear what the good news is. Yeah.
What's the best part?
Yeah.
So the best part has been like just the response and the support that I received. I didn't believe in myself. I've never believed in myself, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So just receiving that response from everyone has just given me so much more confidence.
And imagine your support network, your family and friends have also been quite supportive in making it happen as well,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And what about challenges? Okay, I was asking.
So the challenges that I faced, and I currently still face them, and I think it will be like an ongoing issue, was just like, you know, just trying to get my brand out there. And because obviously we're living in a Western society, and it's very difficult to push modest fashion that is like streetwear.
Yeah.
Because people are like, you know,
They're still a bit wary of it, I suppose.
yeah.
But, you know, inshallah, once we start seeing more and more sisters wearing it, it's going to make a difference. Now, obviously, today, Mum's not in the studio right now, but Mum and brother are in the studio, the vicinity of the studio. And your mum looks so incredibly proud of you, mashallah, and fussing over you. Who has been your inspirational role model to get to this brand?
So obviously watching my mum stitch when I was younger, so clothes, I think that's where it kind of came from. And also my dad, he's just pushed me like to start my own business. Like they've always encouraged me to do what I want to do and what I enjoy. So obviously fashion was my
Passion.
my passion. Obviously I was kind of like, you know, from looked down on, like, oh, Asian doing fashion design in uni, like it didn't make sense to people, but my parents were always like, do what you enjoy.
Yeah, why don't you do business studies or computer science?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But my parents have always been, you know, go to uni, do what you enjoy, and yeah, here I am.
And you know what, with the faith in Allah and tawakkul in Allah, you know, when you put something to your mind and you want to do something good for the ummah, you'll always succeed no matter which way. Even if you help one person, you've helped that one woman who's brought the whole collection.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
You make it sound quite easy, I'm not going to lie, because alhamdulillah, you've been, you know, you're successful and you're getting there and you're just at the beginning of your journey. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of the ideas, the designs? From that, what's the process to get from the ideas to this? Tell us a little bit about that actual process.
Okay, so I start off like creating mood boards and just, you know, finding inspiration, looking at the current trends, and then just based on that, kind of turning them into something modest, whether it's abayas, you know, raincoat abayas or anything like that. And then creating the technical files, which is what you do on Illustrator, so just all the technical stuff. And then I have to send that over to the factory, and then they kind of like just, you know, go fabric shopping, and then I go find some fabrics, and then just kind of tell them I want this composition, you know, whether it's cotton with a blend or something.
That's amazing.
Are they manufactured here in the UK or elsewhere?
So my manufacturer is based in London, and they manufacture it abroad, so it goes through them. Just
So tell me about that. Is it easy? Like, I mean, like to actually, because you're one person, you're having to do every single part of it, right?
Yeah.
Is that bit easy? Do you have to go and make sure that they do the right thing and the stitching's in the right place and it's not, you know?
So obviously they start off creating samples first, but no, it's not easy. It's really hard, like having to like just go back and forth on the same thing. It can get very frustrating, but I've learned you need to have sabr.
Yes.
So that's one thing I gained from this, just a lot of sabr you need.
Yeah. Do you feel like your level of sabr threshold has gotten stronger and stronger over the last 7 months?
Yeah, it's getting there, definitely, yeah.
MashaAllah. Now look, it's a brand, it's growing. Where can we see collabs happening in the near future? Any celebrities joining you or anything like that?
I don't have any celebrities lined up just yet, but inshallah soon. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful about this brand.
Yeah.
And I do have like more designs coming soon, which I can't wait to
Oh,
show.
we can't wait either.
You know what? My next question was going to be about what's next. What are the designs? I mean, I personally think maybe, inshallah, you sort of thrive of just mass population. Maybe you're going to become the celebrity, inshallah. But yeah, tell us about what you hope for the next steps in terms of this year, but also like in the future, in 10 years' time. You know, inshallah, Hoodjabi will be a global brand. But tell us from your point of view what your hopes and for the future.
So right now, I think I just want my hopes are I want this brand to reach a wider audience, so go global.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to make women feel more confident with my garments and kind of empower them, because I do believe modesty, it doesn't confine you, it actually makes you stronger, and you can do whatever
Absolutely.
you want. You can achieve whatever you want. So that's what I kind of want to, you know, portray through my brand as well and my designs.
And that's such a good intention and such a good message for all the sisters that are listening to you and watching you, because honestly, that with that, you changing the narrative, you're completely changing the ball game for even the young girls who want to wear hijab, who want to be modest but struggle because they can't find an avenue where they feel comfortable and fashionable. Do you see what I'm saying? So mashallah, it's a great brand. Now, before we let you go, if you had a message for all the sisters out there that are watching and they're sitting on an idea but not doing anything about it, what would it be?
My advice would be just go for what your heart says. Like, you won't know unless you try. And even like if it doesn't work out, at least you know you've tried. So, and also have faith in Allah, do the work, and then just pray.
Alhamdulillah.
Beautiful message.
Mashallah.
A beautiful message. Absolutely.
Very, very nice.
I mean, I definitely think that this hijabi is going to be revolutionising the sort of the sport, modest, active wear scene. It's exactly what we needed. And I'm saying this from personal experience. It's exactly what I need to go and be active, to go for my runs and not feel it any which way. It's baggy enough. It's cool enough. I'm going to look good when I look in the mirror. Absolutely love it. No, Jazakallah khair for coming on all the way from Nottingham, sharing your amazing designs with us. And I mean, we wish you nothing but the best, and with Allah on your side, of course, you're going to go far, inshallah.
Ameen.
For sure.
Thank you,
so
Sadia.
much.
Take care.
Thank you so much for
coming.
inviting me on.
Right, so that was Sadia. How fascinating, isn't it, when you meet somebody young and thriving, and inshallah, we wish her lots of success. But now it's time for another commercial break, so don't go anywhere, because we're going to see you after this, and we're taking you to a garden.